Shalom Aleichem. Welcome to class. Having had the introductory part of this session on the biblical Greek first and second declension adjectives, today we'll be addressing the inflection of the first and second declension adjective. So the inflection that we have there, first and second declension adjective. So I want to see the inflection. Now it goes thus. Just as we have the Greek article that it doesn't it's not having a separate structure, so it agrees with the case, the gender of the noun. It is being prefixed. So same way we have this particular, the adjectives. However, before reading that, I want to talk about the Greek adjective. It has three things to note. Let's just pick a word. Let's use that same word as the first. Alright, so now three things to note. We have the stem, that's the actual word, that's the stem, the actual word of the adjective. Yeah. Then we have the ending, which is the ending. We talk about the case of the particular adjective, and also talk about the gender. Helps us to know the gender of the particular adjective. So now the stem, as seen in biblical Greek, the words to the stem hardly change. So literally, it doesn't change. It's constant through either in the first declension or second declension. So the stem of the adjective does not change. However, the ending of the adjective changes depending on the noun it's modifying. So in other words, when this other thoughts, if is to modify, let's have logos, who is to modify logos now, so it has to be in the same having the same ending. So the ending of the noun, it modifies itself the ending of that particular adjective, as taught in the previous teaching. Alright, so having known that, if the noun also is modifying, is having maybe it's in the masculine gender or feminine gender, that will also affect the ending by gender. In other words, if this word, this is a masculine word, but if it's not a masculine word, if it's a feminine word, then it will affect the ending. So it must have to be in the same gender, case, and ending. However, the stem does not change. So that's a few things to note about the inflection of the first and second declension adjective. The stem remains constant. The ending changes depending on the noun it's modified. Then the gender also change. So having known this, let's discuss the masculine adjectives. And that was the second declension adjectives. So going by the second declension adjectives, I've said they are majorly masculine words. Yeah. So they follow a particular pattern of endings. In Greek, words don't really change. I mean, instead, what changes is the endings. You have to learn the endings extensively. So I will highlight the endings of the masculine adjective. That's the second declension adjectives. So we'll see the masculine adjectives there. Yes. So let's have the masculine ending. Now the masculine adjective endings. These endings. Let's see the endings. This for nominative case, genitive case, accusative, dative, and vocative. So under the dative, we have locative and instrumental. Yeah. Under the genitive, we have ablative. I check my teaching on the nouns. We have a better understanding of that. So now we have nominative. So we want to see the endings of the masculine adjectives. We want to see the endings. For nominative case, the ending of the adjective will be us. That's the singular part. Then for plural, to be oi. For genitive, to be on. Singular, plural will be on. For genitive, it will be who, on. For accusative, that's the direct object. Becomes on. Then the ending plural becomes whose. For dative, that's the indirect object of the discourse. Singular will be o. Then plural will be ois. So this is omicron, iota, sigma. So this is the circumflex accent. All right. So then we have vocative. It's just one. That's a. So these are the endings for masculine adjectives. Now note, regardless of the matter, when either first or second declension adjective is modifying a masculine noun, no matter the statement of context, it has to follow all of these endings. In other words, the noun and the adjective have to carry these particular endings. So these are the endings that masculine adjectives take, regardless of the declension, either first or second. So once the noun is a masculine noun, the adjective will follow all of these endings. So then I will just use an example now. Let's use a word. We have this common word, pistos. Pistos. So it's a masculine adjective. Let me just put it up here. This is on this example. You want to see pistos. Pistos. So when this pistos is to modify a particular masculine noun, let's use logos. So logos. So then it has to follow all of these endings. Let's have it this way. Alright, so let's have it together now. Now this is the nominative case for pistis. Comes pistos. Here we have it as pistoi. For genitive we have it as pis2. Pis2. Here it comes piston. For accusative we have it as piston, and here becomes pis2. For dative we have it as pisto. Then here it becomes pistoi. Pistoi. And for vocative case we have it as pisti. So pistos means faithful. Faithful. So a faithful one, a faithful one. When it's in nominative, it has us. Plural, when we have one or two, I mean 2 or 3, that's pistoi. Then we have the genitive part, saying pis2. The plural, piston. Piston. The accusative case, piston. Then the plural, pistus. Dative, pisto. The plural, pistois. And for vocative, that's case of address, piste. So this is the way it takes for masculine genitive. So these are the endings. So subsequently we will address the feminine genitive endings. Note as we wrap up the teaching that the stem does not change. However, the endings, the gender, and then the number changes. This stem stem will also be used for feminine declension. However, this ending will change. I will take feminine endings, and then the number also change depending on the number there. So that's things. Those are things that you have to learn whenever you are learning the first and second declension adjectives. Thank you for watching. Do have a wonderful time. Shalom.